Hello everyone, welcome to another upload. Hope you're all doing great. Now with the national trials just a couple weeks away, it is important that we take a look at the 200 meters and the possible prospects who will be throwing their hats in the ring to represent in that event. Now I foresee that there may be some upset in terms of the persons who may end up in top 3. And so I want to have a discussion and I want to hear your thoughts. But just before I get into all that detail, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not yet done so. Now, the 200 meters, while we have the 200 meter sprint queen, Shericka Jackson, while we have the reigning Olympic champion in Elaine, Thompson-Herah, since the start of the season, Jamaica has not been that impressive over the distance. Now let us take a look at the fastest times in the world since this season, and the top 4 positions are held by persons from the USA. Now, the fastest time this year belongs to Mackenzie Long of the USA, a time of 21.95 seconds. The second fastest time belongs to someone who, well, I don't think she'll be running this distance competitively. She is the 400 meter hurdles world record holder, and that's Sydney McLaughlin-Lerone. She clocked 22.07 seconds over the distance. Third place, Gabrielle Thomas, 22.08 seconds from the US again. And Jamisha Ford, fourth fastest time over the distance this year, 22.11 seconds. And the fifth fastest time belongs to Julian Alfred, 22.16 seconds. Now, as it relates to Jamaica, who has the fastest 200 meter time? And we'll get to that shortly. I think a better question is, who are the persons who will be putting their hats in the ring come national trials to represent, to pick up an individual spot at the Olympics? Now, it is important to make note of the fact that Louisiana State University standout and former Heidel star Briana Lyston continues to be impressive on the NCAA circuit. Now, she has been clocking some good 100 meter times, and earlier this season she produced a spectacular run to win a 200 meters heat in a personal best, 22.31 seconds. And interestingly, that 22.31 seconds is in fact the fastest time run by a Jamaican this season. So the question is, will Briana Lyston be competing at the national trials for an individual Olympic spot in the 200 meters? Now, if the answer to that question is yes, then Briana Lyston could be a formidable competitor at the national trials. Could she pick up an individual spot? It is very, very possible, especially if the athletes who are running continue to clock the times that they have been clocking this season over the 200 meters. Now, if Briana Lyston is able to pick up an individual spot, that could definitely be a big upset, because that would mean that one of these individual spots would have been gone to basically one of our juniors. And what would that mean for our senior athletes? It means that one of our senior athletes could possibly miss out on an individual spot for the 200 meters. Are you in agreement with my line of argument? Now, there was a result that I did not share from the Racers Grand Prix last weekend. We were also excited about Oblique Seville's win, his PB, and the fact that he came in first over Noah Lyles, the world champion. So we were also excited about that. I was just waiting to actually comment on this result, and it is the women's 200 meter that was run at the Racers Grand Prix. Now, Lanae-Tava or Tava Thomas And I think you all should remember that name. Now, she won that race in a personal best 22.36 seconds. This is the second fastest time run by a Jamaican this season. Now, what is interesting about this result, what is interesting about Lanae-Tava Thomas, is the fact that last national trials, she actually ran top 3 for world championships. And she was not able to represent because of some transfer of nationality issue. Now everything is sorted out this season, and therefore, based on this time that she's running, based on the times that all the Jamaicans are running, as I said, if everybody go into the finals with their time still hovering around 22:40, 22 in the 22:30s, then it is possible that this young lady could also pick up a spot at the national trials. Now, if a Lanae-Tava Thomas and a Briana Lyston shows up and run anywhere near their PB, then the possibility of them, picking up individual spot, it is a possibility. Now, we have Shericka Jackson. And as we said, Shericka Jackson, she has not been running her best times. She has only run 2 races, to be fair, and therefore it is a possibility that at the national trials, this 3rd race, we might see the Shericka Jackson that we know. And therefore, I am of the view that a Shericka Jackson will definitely make top 3. A Shericka Jackson will pick up an individual spot at the national trials to represent at the Olympics. We know that a Briana Williams had all indication that she wanted to do the double. She wanted to represent in the 200 meters. And in fact, when Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce made the announcement that she was no longer going to be contesting the double, I thought that Briana Williams would probably be one of the persons who could automatically pick up that spot. But we know that Briana has not been impressive. She didn't have a good season last season, and then the consistent changing of coach, I think that has impacted her. So I'm hoping that she'll be settled, and I'm hoping that she can come to trials and pick up an individual spot in either of the events that she will be contesting. So in wrapping up today's video, the big question is, will Elaine Thompson-Herah be contesting the 200 meters? And I think the answer to that question will have to be a yes. I would be surprised if she's not contesting the 200 meters. She is the double Olympic champion, and she definitely has to give herself the opportunity to go and defend her title. Now, where my concern is with Elaine Thompson-Herah is the fact that she has only ran 100-meter race this season, and it means that she will be going into the national trials without running any 200 meters for the season. Of course, this is Elaine Thompson-Herah, and therefore, if she is healthy, then she should be able to pick up one of these spots. But I definitely foresee that there could be some upset at the national trials come June 27. Again, I want to hear your thoughts. Are you seeing the line of argument that I'm presenting? Are you in agreement with me, or do you have a different viewpoint? Drop your comments. Again, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so, and until my next upload, take care.